Hi everyone and welcome. Thank you for joining us today for our Central Finance webinar. Whether you're currently using Central Finance or just starting to explore how it could support your school, we're really glad you could join us. Today's session is all about helping schools get the most out of their financial management processes, making things simpler, clearer, and more connected for both staff and parents. We'll kick off with a short pre-recorded overview of Central Finance, covering how the system integrates with key platforms like ERN and the Parent Portal, and how it supports everything from billing and invoicing to payments and reporting. After that, we'll be joined live by our Senior Client Manager, Leanne Garcia, who'll do a product spotlight on some of our latest features and how they can help you. Then we'll take a closer look at a few of the most common day-to-day scenarios schools face when using Central Finance, along with tips and workflows to help you handle them with ease. And finally, we'll open the floor to your questions in a live Q&A session, so feel free to submit your questions at any time via the Q&A panel. Let's get started with the Central Finance overview video. The Finance module is fully integrated into Central, providing seamless functionality with other modules such as Activities and the Parent Portal. Parents benefit from a consistent experience, following all aspects of their child's school life, plus the ability to manage fee payments from the one environment. This integration extends to systems like SAP and brings across all relevant student data. In the case of ERN, Central Finance pulls data from ERN for automated contact creation. The comprehensive billing and invoicing capability of Central Finance ensures accurate, timely, and easy-to-use invoicing with bulk capability. Detailed registers provide clear visibility of accounts, easily send reminders, and view statements of outstanding payments. For parents, Central Finance provides real-time access through the Parent Portal to all aspects of account management. Parents can view and pay fees, manage permission slips, and school activities through the one secure location. In addition, multiple payment options and schedules make it easier for parents to meet their obligations. Let's look at some other features in more detail. Fee types apply to a student or household. They can be once-off, scheduled, and also prorated. Examples include tuition fees, bus fees, excursions, IT levies, building fund fees, and application fees. Fee structures allocate a fee type, define years, fee amounts, tax rates, account and cost centres. For example, a fee structure called stationery might be made up of fee types such as stationery pack, calculator, and other miscellaneous items. Discounts can also be applied. Common discount types include flag-based and sibling discounts. For example, you might apply a staggered discount depending on the number of siblings in a family at your school. Flags can easily be created and then allocated to students. Flags are used to apply special rates and discounts when calculating fees. Contact types responsible for payments are easily specified in Central Finance. These include the following: household contacts, where all persons in the same household are individually and collectively responsible for the full amount of the debt. Contact, where one or more financially responsible contacts have a percentage of the responsibility associated to them. Group, where one or more contacts in different households are individually and collectively responsible for the full amount of the debt. Non-student contacts, where any entity has a business relationship with the school. Central Finance supports the creation of invoices in three ways: bulk invoicing using billing runs, standalone invoices, and fee and receipt. You can process fees in bulk or small billing runs quickly and efficiently. Bill by student, contacts, or subject. With standalone, select cost objects for the invoice and bill students by cohort or individual student. And process an easy once-off fee, finalize the payment, and issue a receipt at the same time. Registers provide clear visibility of which fees have been sent to which contacts and what payments have been received. Using simple filters, you can easily search for relevant information to produce the required report. Need to find out who has paid for a particular activity? Use the filters to quickly surface the information you need. From here you can check individual payment details or perform larger bulk actions by selecting multiple fees. Exports also form an important part of visibility. Using the Exports menu, you can quickly report on a range of fees, students, and contacts by generating files that you can use in a spreadsheet for further analysis. Central Finance plays a key role in the Parent Portal. The secure environment of the Parent Portal allows parents to view their invoices and make payments, plus a range of other features to simplify managing their child's school life. Examples include giving reasons for absences, viewing academic reports, and giving permission for activities. For parents on the go, these features come together in the Central for Parents mobile app, providing quick and easy access with a seamless user experience. Whether it's at your computer or on your mobile, Central has you covered. Now let's take a brief tour to give you a preview of the Central Finance interface and how it offers convenience and integration in one platform. Located alongside all other Central modules, Central Finance is fully integrated with your current setup, so it's easy to find. Central Finance also integrates with Department of Education systems like SAP and brings across all relevant student data. And for parents on the go, it brings payments and permissions to your mobile, plus a range of other features. Let's look at some examples. For teachers planning activities, critical information like permissions and payments can now be managed and tracked from within the Activities module. Administration managers and teachers no longer need to switch between different systems because Central Finance works seamlessly with Activities. For administration managers keeping an eye on all activities, the Central Finance homepage provides clear visibility of upcoming events and an indication of permission and payments received. For teachers managing just their own activity, they get a high-level overview of permission and payments received and can drill down further for more detailed information. This streamlines the activities process and improves communication between teachers and administrators. When creating fees, you've also got several options in the fee creation menu. Sometimes you just need to make an ad hoc request for payment. The flexibility of Central Finance allows you to quickly switch from managing larger activities to single transactions by creating a standalone fee. Simply choose the student in question and complete a simple standalone fee run. This might be for only one or just a few students, and it doesn't need to be linked to an activity. Although, if it was, then the activities can be linked easily. For larger billing runs, the Student Billing Run feature provides a simple 4-step process for sending out bulk payment requests. Simply select the billing run period and then search for the relevant students. Then choose the fee type and review the fees summary. From here you can also manage any school discounts that might apply and take split families into account if that's necessary. Then click Process. Registers are another key feature of Central Finance. They provide clear visibility of which fees have been sent to which contacts and what payments have been received. Using simple filters, you can easily search for relevant information to produce the required report. Need to find out who has paid for a particular activity? Use the filters to quickly surface the information you need. From here you can check individual payment details or perform larger bulk actions by selecting multiple fees. Exports also form an important part of visibility. Using the Exports menu, you can quickly report on a range of fees, students and contacts by generating files that you can use in a spreadsheet for further analysis. And for parents, Central Finance comes together seamlessly in the Central for Parents mobile app. From here, parents can make payments and sign permission forms from the convenience of their mobile, as well as other things like notify absences, stay informed, and message teachers, all in the one place. Thanks for watching that overview of Central Finance and how it supports financial management in New South Wales DOE schools. Now we're excited to move into the next part of today's session. You'll be hearing from our Senior Client Manager, Leanne Garcia, who will walk you through a few of our latest feature releases, along with practical guidance on how to make the most of these new capabilities in your school environment. We'll then spotlight some of the most common real-world finance scenarios our schools experience. Think of these as opportunities to fine-tune your processes and get the most out of the system, rather than challenges or issues. To wrap up, we'll open the floor for a 30-minute live Q&A, giving you the chance to ask questions specific to your school and get direct input from our product and support teams.
Thanks for joining us today. And before we dive into today's session, just a quick note about how we'll run today's session. So we do have an opportunity for a live Q&A at the end of this webinar. And today I'm joined by Rashmi and Saranya from our support team, and together we'll do our best to get through as many questions as possible. But please don't be concerned if we do run out of time. All questions that are asked throughout the webinar will be answered, and we will send them to you with a copy of this recording and all the Q&A questions. There, as you've seen, there is the ability to drop questions into the Q&A, and thank you very much for those people who have already found that option. So drop your questions into the Q&A through at any point. There's no need to wait till the end. Today what we wanted to do is to show you some real world scenarios, and I wanted to also take a moment to highlight some of the recent enhancements that we've made to Central Finance. So these updates have been developed with feedback from our New South Wales Department of Education schools, and they're all about making the financial process easier, more transparent, and less time consuming. So one of the first enhancements that we've made is to make improvements to the fee transparency with the amount allocated. So on the contact overview fees screen, we've now added a clear breakdown of the total amount allocated, which includes credits and overpayments. So the benefit of this is it gives your finance team better visibility of how funds are being applied. It supports accuracy in the reconciliation of your accounts, and it improves the conversations with your families about any outstanding balances. The second enhancement we've made is to enhance the visibility of communications with families. So in the debtor contact overview, schools can now view a full list of email notifications sent to every debtor. So I'm sure you'll agree with me that the benefit of this is there's no more jumping between screens or between systems. So to check if a parent has received their invoice or a reminder. So this benefit builds trust, improves communication, and saves your staff valuable time. The third feature that we've worked on is to make changes to the bulk management of student flags. So administrators can now add or remove flags for multiple students in just a few clicks, which is perfect when you have those large enrolments and those large groups that you're managing, including your concession groups. So the benefit here is it makes managing school rates, the discounts and support categories quick and efficient, helping schools stay organised and consistent. So these are just some of the few enhancements that were made. And with all things Central Finance, these enhancements are all designed to reduce the administrative load, improve accuracy, and deliver a better experience for both the school teams and your parent community. So the next thing that we'll go into now is to work through some real world scenarios. Real world scenarios are ones that we see across schools every day. And what we'd like to do is to help you gain confidence to manage them using Central Finance. So these examples come directly from working with New South Wales DOE schools. And the goal here is not to highlight issues, but to empower your teams with practical tools and tips to stay ahead of the most common problems. So we'll start with the red dot, a well-known red dot report. So this is a reconciliation report from SAP that flags mismatches between what's processed in Central Finance and what's being received into the bank account. So while it sounds quite serious, it's usually caused by a handful of common scenarios that can be easily avoided with a bit of insight. So the red dot report is a reconciliation report that's produced in SAP for New South Wales DOE schools. The actual name of the report is the Bank Queries List on GL account. It shows funds that have been received, by the New South Wales DOE bank account, along with transaction details that have been sent to SAP by student finance systems like Central Finance. When there's a discrepancy between the transaction details, provided by Central, the funds received from the bank, on the report there appears to be a red dot, which is hence the informal name for the red dot report. Discrepancies can occur for many different reasons. For example, Central has sent details of a transaction to SAP, but the bank account has not received the corresponding funds. Or the bank account has received funds from SAP, but has not received corresponding transaction details from Central. So we've highlighted 3 scenarios that could lead to the discrepancies within that red dot report. First scenario that we'll walk through is one of the most common ones that we see. It usually arises when 2 staff members unknowingly process the same till. For example, one counts the till and someone else comes in later, they do the same thing but without the payments. It creates a duplicate payment entry and it confuses SAP and triggers a red dot. So our tip here is just to have some better communication between your staff and always double check before closing the till. That's going to help prevent this error. And you'll see here just what those errors look like and the discrepancies. So you'll see the new features here. So the second scenario that we often see in our support team is it's all about knowing the difference between cancelling a fee and reversing payments. Some staff try to fix an incorrect payment method by cancelling the fee instead of reversing the payment. But if the fee was already paid, cancelling creates a credit. Creates a credit in SAP, making it look like the school owes money. So the tip that our team is providing is if a payment is wrong, reverse it. Then re-enter using the correct method. And remember, even if cancelled incorrectly, the payment still needs to be banked. And here's what it looks like within the Central system. So you'll see that there's the fee and how to cancel the fees over on the menu on the right-hand side. The third scenario is refunds not being fully processed. Refunds must go through all the steps, so including the final process action. So with FPOS refunds, the parent also needs to physically present and swipe their card. So the tip here is use the refund register. So what you're seeing on the screen now is the screen to process. So the tip is to use the refund register to ensure every step is completed and confirm the parent has swiped their card when using FPOS. There's a few examples here on the screen where you find the menu options on the right-hand side to request a refund. And then don't forget to go through all the steps to finalise and process that refund. Now on the call today, we do have a large group. We have a large group of both new schools and our existing clients. And for our new users to Central Finance, we welcome you. We are running a promotion at the moment, and I'll go through some more of those details. But what I'd like to do now is to open the floor. As I mentioned in the beginning, we do have Saranya and Rashmi on our call, who are working in the background to answer your queries. And remember, at the end of the session, we will answer all the questions that come through. We are a large group, so we may not get to all of them on this webinar. But what we will do is we'll produce a document, we'll send it along with the copy of this recording. Okay, so one question that's come through, I can see one of the questions that's come through. How do I create a fee and a receipt for a non-student contact? Okay, so this is handy for cases like hall hire or if you're running community groups at your school. So the way to do that, the way to create a fee and a receipt is to use the fee and receipt option in Central Finance. And instead of linking it to a student, select the non-student contact. This will allow you to issue the fee and a receipt all in one step. So I've published a payment request to the portal, but some parents can't see it. What's gone wrong? Okay. So if a fee is linked to a non-student contact, parents won't be able to see it in the portal. So fees must be assigned to the student so the associated parent or guardian can view it. So if those fees are being associated to non-contacts, they won't be seen in the portal. What's the difference between cancelling and voiding a fee? So cancelling a fee removes it entirely, and it generates a credit if it's already been paid. So voiding, on the other hand, keeps the record in the system for audit purposes, but marks it as inactive. So if a fee's already been paid, voiding it won't reverse the payment. You'll need to process that separately. Can I create a fee for someone who isn't a student, like a community member or an organisation? And the answer is yes. So to do that, you would use the standalone fee option and assign it to a non-student contact. And so this is perfect when you're charging fees for businesses or external parties, so people who use hall hire, or if you use your facilities for those external people. What's the fastest way to create a once-off fee and issue a receipt immediately? So fee and receipt option is your best bet. You can enter the fee and the payment. You can enter the fee and the payment details all in one step, and the receipt is generated automatically. What should I do if my fee mapping has failed? Okay, so it's a little bit more complex, and it requires a bit more investigation. But what you'll want to do is review the fee structure and ensure that the correct, and just make sure there's no mapping issues. For example, if there's a cost centre or a GL that hasn't been correctly assigned, that's when you'll see this problem. So once fixed, you'll reprocess the fee or contact support. Always contact support if you do need any further assistance or if you're unsure. Also worth noting that, and I'm doing a little bit of a plug for our help centre. There is a lot of information that's available in platform through our help centre, especially for our Central Finance module. So if you navigate in platform, you'll see that there is a lot of frequently asked questions, and we've collated both those questions and those answers, and that's available to everybody in platform at any point. So just navigate over to the help centre and find the Central Finance module, and you'll see a lot of information in there. How do I process a refund correctly? So after requesting and approving the refund from the refund register, don't forget to hit process. So that was one of the tips we gave earlier on. If the refund isn't completed, the refund isn't completed until this final step is done. And remember that if it's an FPOS refund, the parent needs to come into school and physically swipe their card. Can I remove a non-compulsory text that shows up in the item descriptions for New South Wales DOE schools? And the answer is yes, you can. So there's a toggle that you'll see in the item setup that lets you hide that label from appearing in the parent portal. So you can absolutely remove those non-compulsory texts. Is it possible to transfer a credit from one student to another in the same family? And the answer is yes, you can. Central lets you transfer credits between siblings. Just make sure that both students are linked, and you can reallocate the credit in the finance module using the transfer credit function. Another one that's come through is how do we handle ABSTUDY and Centrelink payments in Central? First, allocate the ABSTUDY payment to the correct student fees. If a student has left, then you'll need to return, obviously, the unallocated amount to Centrelink. There's a specific process to follow, and we suggest to check the refund register and ensure that it's returned through the right channel. So if you are new to Central Finance, if you sign up to Central Finance for your school before the 30th of June, you'll go into a draw to win one of 3 iPads. You can scan the QR code and register your interest, and one of our team members will reach out to you and let you know what the steps are to get it enabled onto your school. But we are at time, but thank you for joining us this morning. Now, I've put up on screen, what you'll see on screen now is our support number. So we are always available to assist you between the hours of 7:30 to 6 p.m. at night. You can contact our local team on 1800 998 538. We also have the ability to lodge tickets through the in-platform, so that is also available in the Help Centre. And of course, if you have any other questions, you can email us as well. So there's lots of ways to get in contact. Thank you and have a great day.